Alright folks, here it is. On today's episode, we're covering the classic of all classics, the Beastmaster.
He is the Beastmaster.
Welcome everyone to the very first episode of Castle Classic Movies. I'm your host, Chris Castillo. Now before we begin, you may be asking yourself, why does this man look homeless? The reason being is during the filming of this first episode, we're still under quarantine. And until that quarantine is lifted, at least here in New York, I'm just gonna let it rock. Which brings me to the point of this show. During these strange times, being stuck indoors all day really sucks. We're all binge watching now more than ever. So what better way to waste time than to take a trip down memory lane and remember the good old days when movies actually used to be good. I mean movies that were so bad then are actually good now, and movies that were once great are now legendary. So without further ado, let's get started. The Beastmaster is a 1982 sci-fi fantasy film starring Mark Singer, John Amos, and Rip Torn. It's the story of Dar.
I'm Dar.
A guy with the ability to communicate with animals telepathically who sets out on an adventure of beasts, broads, and brutality. Set in the kingdom of Uruk, there's this high priest, Max, aka Rip Torn, who's given a prophecy by his gross-ass looking witches that he will die at the hands of the son of Zed. So, Rip Torn sends one of his witches to snatch the kid. After she does, she's then killed by a villager passing by who saves the kid and raises him as his own. He learns he can telepathically communicate with animals, grows up, and is ready to chase some strange. Sadly though, he witnesses his people slaughtered by the June, a horde of barbarians on Rip Torn's payroll. Dar, the only survivor of this attack, sets out on a journey of vengeance. Along the way, he puts together his crew, an eagle named Shirak, a pair of thieving ferrets, Kodo and Podo, and a black tiger who he names Rur.
Your name is Rur.
Not too much thought in the name department. Eventually, Dar meets a redheaded slave girl named Kiri.
I love those redheads, man.
I know you. And tries to put the moves on her, but she's not having it. So he just gets her number and pieces out, cause our boy's got some unfinished business. On his journey, Homeboy gets lost in the woods and ends up surrounded by this weird-ass half-bird, half-bat, half-human race who dissolve their prey for nourishment. They're about to turn Dar into a smoothie when he summons his bird to join the fray, but learns the Batman actually worship eagles. So they're like, okay brah, you're cool. They give him a chain which he can use in the future should he need their aid. Dar finally arrives at Uruk, where Rip Torn is running things. He makes friends with Zed's younger son Tal and his bodyguard Seth, aka Cleo McDowell.
This is America, Jack. Now you say one more word about Lisa here, and I'm gonna break my foot off in your royal ass.
To take down Rip Torn, Cleo McDowell goes to gather their forces, while Dar, Kiri, and Tal break into the temple to save Zed, who now has no eyeballs. On their way out, they're chased by a Death Guard, which is pretty much a gimp on PCP, but nonetheless, they make it out unscathed. Zed, now really pissed that he's blind, says some mean things to Dar,
Freak.
and goes to attack the city, but is captured.
Beastmaster, you're our only hope.
Dar comes to save the day and runs to that old dirtbag Rip Torn, but during the fight, it's revealed that Dar is really Zed's son.
You are the boss.
Zed, of course, dies. Dar and Rip Torn go at it, and Kodo sacrifices himself to save the Beastmaster.
He is the Beastmaster.
But the victory is short-lived as the June Horde are on their way back from their trip to Vegas, and boy are they pissed that the Tony Bennett concert got canceled because he came down with the flu. Arriving by nightfall to avoid traffic, they run into Dar's trap. Tal gets murked in the chest as the Beastmaster takes on the final boss in the storyline, and just when you thought things couldn't get more intense, the Batmen show up to devour the remaining horde. I just got chills. The following day, Tal's healing
Beastmaster.
while Cleo McDowell figures out that our boy is Zed's firstborn son, and says that he should lead.
It is you who should be king.
But Dar's like, nah, I'm not really all about that, and sets off with Kiri and his crew on a path to new adventure. If you're interested in checking out this flick, or just looking to watch it again, you can currently find Beastmaster on Amazon Prime, free with subscription, or on iTunes for $3.99. Well folks, that ends it for this episode, so don't forget to like and subscribe to this show so you can get more updates on movies that are over 30 years old. And if you have a movie in mind, or simply want to share your thoughts, kindly leave them in the comment section down below. Until next time, viewers, you stay safe and stay classy.